Well, this is part 2.
We're back to black and white again.
Yeah, funny, isn't it?
It's a bit blue, I think. Now, they've actually got it synchronised this time.
You once had a lot of trouble from a shape change.
Now, this is a long way back.
Oh, they've done it again.
Obviously very short of... Very underwritten, this episode.
I know what John is referring to.
Jedikiah.
I don't know, I think...
No, it's not that bad. You just look at the camera and go, come back for revenge.
But this bionic robot was found on the surface.
Yeah, because I was just at this point saying it was Tim changing shape under the table, wasn't I?
10,000 Earth years, that is.
But that would be right.
That'd be right.
Then he goes to tell us we aren't time travellers.
Back in time.
Incredible. I am disposed to agree with you, sir. But I understand.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, a long way back.
We could have a coffee break.
I think we
during
can. We can repeat the same comments we made on the previous one. Did I tell you about poor old Vic Hughes? One thing I remember about Vic I'll never forget is when we finally had a rehearsal room in Hammersmith where you couldn't park. And he left his car in a yellow line and got a parking ticket. And he was absolutely suicidal about it because his wife was going to kill him. Do you remember? Sorry, Peter, you did it then.
Yes.
But
Vic Hughes actually sacked me.
Poor old Vic. I've never seen anybody so desperately upset. Not because he had a ticket as such, but because his wife was going to kill him for getting the parking ticket.
He was a bit henpecked.
So, how were you sacked, as it were? You sacked your face, or did they tell you?
No, they was very shabbily done, actually. I was, 1 minute... my manager at the time phoned me up and said they've dropped you from the TV series, and I thought, well, that's fine because it was coming to an end and I was going off to do a record contract and stuff, so I didn't really mind. Then they asked me to go back and do 2 episodes, I think, as a kind of like a fill thing, and I said no, rather stupidly. And that was it. But no one ever spoke. I never spoke to Roger Price, Vic Hughes. I tried to go to the rehearsal rooms. They kicked me out. I mean, it was really awful. Really was.
Well, you just went along to say hi to people.
Yeah, like, you know, 5 years you were doing it.
This was in the days before we had anti-harassment laws and anti-stalking laws.
I wasn't loitering around outside. I just drove up to say hello, and it was like, do you mind leaving? It was like, oh, behave.
Nestle actually caught him standing outside a public lavatory. There wasn't much they could do.
Last chance.
Apart from call
I need a second
security.
episode.
Ah, yes. That very appropriate name should have been your last episode, Peter.
The last chance.
Why are all the mirrors cracked in this? There's a line across that one as well.
Yes. Is this
The last one was cracked as well, do you remember?
some sort of superstition thing going on?
7 years bad luck for Peter after this, you mean?
Maybe it does something. You don't know.
I do, I've seen it.
Perhaps you could contact them first.
Actually, and I'm sure you'll agree with me here, that your character must be remarkably unastute, if there is such a word, if you, having worked for SIS and you're a mind reader, can't tell this bloke's an imposter.
I'm blocking her out, you see.
Have you anything to say on that before we swiftly move on? No? OK. What do you think, Peter?
Well, I'm just... nice jacket.
Yes,
Put it on very slowly and carefully.
Oh, look, now this is split screen. That's very early days.
Yeah, well, easy split screen with a straight line down the edge of the wall there. Couldn't be easier.
Very convincing, that. But they could have messed it up quite easily, couldn't they? Let's face it.
They very often did.
But I tell you why she did. I think my theory about her not realising that is that those lines were probably originally written for Colonel Masters.
Right. Well, why don't you ask her? She's sitting here.
Oh, yes. Is that true, actually, Anne?
Oh, look, the old reception. It's funny, that's where they do Pop Idol...
That's all over and done with.
Yes, that is Thames Reception, isn't it?
Pop Idol Rivals and all that lot.
It's all completely changed now.
It's handing in his
They've
dressing room key.
rejigged the inside of Thames Television Studios. It's nothing like that. Oh, you're rifling
Yes,
someone's
I've been
drawers.
there recently, actually.
Oh, this is nice me.
Ali Bongo.
Yes, putting his ear to the door, as you do before you open it, just to see if you can hear anybody rifling your drawers. Oh.
Hello.
Hamper and camper by the minute.
Looking around.
You do whatever you like. You know, you hold that shape pretty well now, but you're different somehow.
Oh.
I know what it is. You change your clothes.
Oh, yes.
And your manners.
You're smiling.
Yes, you've washed your hands and face as well.
Yes, well, trying to stay like this. But it's a canteen home, do you know?
Probably.
I don't like all that.
I'll just go and see.
It's amazing. I have to say, I'm very impressed with your performance. The difference between the serious you and the shaggy head over the eyes, stiff.
It works quite well.
You know.
Well, as you being an agent, you could represent me again. Ah, back to the limelight for me. Go on, Nick, please.
But that was then.
You don't need good-looking actors anymore. You need people like me, rough, ready, windswept.
Rough, yes. Ready.
Sandblasted, more like.
Thank you, Jason.
I am not spotty, viewers.
Follow them all the way to the experiment.
No, well, say no more.
Well, he's got some good makeup on there.
Yeah, they use a trowel.
Have a packet of
Oh, look, this
polyfiller.
is hilarious.
There's another non-speaking artiste.
Yeah.
Yeah, Colonel Masters.
Looks
Here it
like,
goes.
Bang.
he looks like a Soviet
Bang,
spy if
bang.
ever I saw one.
Yep.
Can just imagine him being master of the Queen's pictures.
Ooh.
He reaches for his weapon.
But they don't know where he's gone, even though she looks...
Lady, just get a doctor for the Colonel.
I've shot him in the head.
Usually get a colonel for the doctor. Oh, that's interesting. What's that?
Ah, now it's her turn.
Oh, you adopt her shape now, do you?
Yes.
So you're a... Oh,
Now, what's she going to do with her?
I feel like a new woman.
Are you as young as the woman you feel?
Now the old monitor's back again.
Clever, eh?
Yes.
There she was on the screen, and the magic of television.
I'm sorry, I saw it and I'm still confused. So who is she now?
That's
So that's
her.
real. That's the real
I see.
Trisha
And
Conway.
so you're a sort of...
I'm now
shape-changing
disappeared.
clone.
I'm shape-changed.
What's interesting from a plot point of view is that the Jedikiah was willing to kill the archaeologist, Colonel Masters, but not her.
That's true.
No, he's a gentleman. I quite understand that.
But the archaeologist was a woman.
Oh, sorry. Well, yes, that's right. Beg your pardon. Yes.
Striking woman.
She wasn't quite so nice looking, maybe.
No.
was it?
Well, it's a matter of taste, isn't it?
Anne's quite a babe,
I
actually, in
was
this.
going to say, don't you think, Anne?
Shame the...
Bit of tumbleweed just went past there.
An escort like a prisoner. Charming.
Well, you know it makes sense.
This is just hilarious, this killing. The whole killing of Colonel Masters is never really explained. They actually bring it up at one point and say, yeah, but why did he kill him? And they never explain
They never explain it.
But they actually bring up the question and they kind of avoid it brilliantly.
Well, I think it's the same reason that Anne wasn't in the next series, wasn't it, Anne? Because you were in another series called Rooms, weren't you? Not available. So... Oh, sorry to interrupt. Just want to get back to the plot here. Now, some of you might be wondering what that whistling was all about. That was the theme tune from Dixon of Dock Green, a well-known police hero in those days.
Oh, that's right.
The days before the bell.
And there's a very convincing police performance
What
here.
is this?
You look like a flasher, Nick.
About me.
What is real
Is that your best impersonation of Inspector Clouseau?
You see, you've got to bear in mind that this is a very brilliant performance because I'm playing the character of of a person who cannot play a very convincing policeman.
That's
So-
quite remarkable. You've done
Yeah.
it brilliantly.
Yes.
They weren't really
Yeah,
tricks at all, were
it's
they,
very
Mr.
good the way
He really
it's
did what he appeared to
not
do,
even
didn't
slightly convincing.
he? That's my
Shall I leave now before I get hit?
He didn't even ask me to flash my card at him. Ooh,
No. Well, they
there's a bit
didn't.
of, good bit of indicating there.
I'm in there already asking questions.
Where?
Why?
Why? Where? When? Now, is she the real one or the shape changer?
There's no one here now.
Well, her performance is very fluid, so I imagine she's the real one.
She's the real one, yes.
There'll be a clue.
No way at all.
Did your visitor
Look like this?
Hey,
look
look.
like any of these people?
That's quite a big bus pass you've got there. Oh, hello.
Oh, that's sweet.
Publicity photos.
Just like my assistant.
You're a very lucky man, Mustafa. Lucky we came when we did. Lucky to escape with your life. I'm taking you into custody for your own protection.
You can't lock me up. I've not done nothing.
No, you've not
I've
done
got
anything.
gigs. I've got gigs.
If you're so bloody clever, you ought to be able to get out of the jail without any difficulty at all.
Didn't he have his own TV series, Ali Bongo?
Having his collar felt there. Well, he was assistant to David Nixon, wasn't he?
Oh.
He was a very well-known
Yes.
magician of his day.
That's right. He used to be with Basil Brush, didn't he, David Nixon, at one point?
Wonder it's not Stephen at all.
Do you think she'd have believed?
And his brother, Richard.
Yes, did bigger and better things.
He did a great comedy act, didn't he?
No, I refuse to believe it. That's absolutely impossible.
It's impossible.
Stephen Jameson shot and killed Colonel Marston.
You always know when it's Jedikiah because the person, they do a close-up and the person goes,
That's true.
Professor Corsten, what on earth are you
Well, we haven't seen her do that yet.
No.
You do that, have we, Anne? You haven't done that yet, have
Where to
you?
begin? The Stephen Jameson you saw was not the real
Bit of
Stephen
tumbleweed
Jameson.
there.
There's an alien being.
She's very good. You're very good,
who
Anne.
can take the form of anyone he chooses.
But, Professor, I was there.
Probably why they didn't invite her to become a Tomorrow person. She was such a good actress.
This creature can take on the form of
In
anybody.
fact, I probably insisted on it.
Of course, then.
I'm sorry, Anne, you're doing too well here. I'm afraid you're going to have to leave.
Yes. Oh, look at that little teapot on top of a voltmeter. Makes sense.
There's a, yes, the
Characterisation.
designer spent ages doing that. You notice he's only got one phone this time. Last
Yeah.
time he had two.
Oh, yes, that's
He's
true.
replaced them with potted plants.
Potted plants, I was going to say.
Stephen's committed murder now.
Oh.
The murder of the one person who had the knowledge and ability to defend the Tomorrow.
I think there's a subplot here. I think she was knocking him off, don't you?
Yeah.
Do you reckon?
I think. What do you reckon, Annie? Do you think you were knocking him off? No comment, you see. I think that speaks volumes, don't you? Her
Here
silence.
saying that Stephen has shot Colonel Masters.
Of course, you know who that was, don't you? The shape change.
Now, you see, Peter's had 3 or 4 cosy changes, and here am I in the same outfit.
Well, I'm a shape changer. I can't wear the same one.
Yes, but I'm a fashion icon. I should have been,
Well, you're an icon.
I should have been in a different outfit every scene. Elizabeth had a different scene. Look, she came on as Naomi Campbell a moment ago.
It doesn't turn out the same. I've tried to explain to her
May
about
have the same
shape
belt.
changer, but she's
Elizabeth's
still
being
convinced it was
sidelined.
Stephen.
I don't know whether I like it
You're
much.
going to have to be on your guard against Jedikiah from now on, Professor.
I wonder who those postcards are from.
These questions and more will not be answered.
More viewers.
Please write in.
Why should he want to know about me?
Because you could lead him to...
It looks like at the back, actually. Some of those pictures on the wall look like the blue and the green.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, what, you mean those weird pictures?
Those
yeah,
weird
I noticed that
pictures.
was there. Yeah, I noticed that earlier on.
Jedikiah.
So he
turned
dug 'em out,
here
I
looking
suppose.
like one of you. Will I have any means of telling it's him?
There's a bit of plot here. Oh, see, you could be looking at a shape changer now. Look at me now. I could be a shape changer.
There is one way of telling.
Thinking of sending them both to the town. Jedikiah wouldn't be able to
Right.
John, it's Miss Conway. She's coming back with some guards from the
Oh, no.
Quickly.
All right, now listen, Professor. I'm going to get Tim to change...
Bit of
the
hand
house
acting there, you
telephone,
see.
so that way Jedikiah can't find us.
They could jaunt slowly, I suppose. That's well done.
Nearly well, yes, he didn't move. Oh.
Well, if you
They've gone, they've gone.
Tomorrow people have gone, Miss Conway.
Take him to headquarters. You heard what I said. Take him to headquarters.
Oh. They've got better uniforms on than
Looks
the...
like sat out the Mexican army.
Yeah, where's the man with the
British army.
moustache?
Yes, that's
Well, that's
true.
him. He's got a moustache.
Has he?
Yeah. You know,
That man with the gun hasn't
I
got a
just
gun.
said they look like they're out the Mexican army, not the...
Oh, right.
See that?
Oh, dear.
Frightfully confusing.
Very confusing.
He does a bit of real mad acting now. I never liked that set designer.
Oh, you lucky man. I would love to just throw thing on. There's the voltmeters.
You haven't got it written down anywhere, have you?
No.
I've got what written down?
The
Phone
address.
number. Phone number.
Oh, phone number.
The phone number of the Tomorrow People. I'm surprised they did show. They do show it at one point. I'm surprised that no one ever rang it.
What, the Tomorrow People were on the telephone?
Yeah, there was a secret number to phone Tim.
Yeah, was it?
It means that the guards are
The
obeying your
GPO
orders.
didn't know about
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Your orders to have me arrested.
What?
Well, you better come inside. Wait there.
For God's sake, put a gun in that holster.
Was it confusing, Anne, playing two characters?
Arrested? Me?
Oh.
Miss Conway, what did you do after you left my office this morning? After I'd asked you to go because the Tomorrow people...
So you could end up with 2 shape changers talking to each other, couldn't you? Neither of whom is who they think they are. It's all very
About
confusing.
10 minutes, in fact. You...
Have you had any shape changes in the audio plays, Jason?
Well, it wasn't...
Not yet.
Then it was the shape
Difficult to
changer
sort of show
Jedikiah.
on radio, though, isn't it?
No, you just get people doing this.
Ah, yes.
Well, I think it's brilliant because you could just cast one actor to play everyone.
Oh, look, she's made herself at home. Dead man's shoes, she's right in there.
The seat's barely cold.
Yes, the blood's still on the carpet and she's in there.
Seems quite happy about the fact she's in that seat, doesn't she?
Yeah.
Read my mind.
Power.
Find out if I'm telling the truth.
Yeah, but she read Peter's mind. That didn't prove a thing, did it? And any different
Well, it
way she
wouldn't,
could
would
tell
it?
the difference. I was going to say, the only way she could tell the difference is a total blank when she read PVC's mind.
It can change itself from one person to another at will, and be identical to...
Now she believes him now. She never thought of reading his mind before.
Well, there may be one person who can prove or disprove your story.
Who?
A magician called Mustaf. He was doing an illusion act with Stephen.
Why should he know
Lovely
about the
voice.
shape change?
Well, he-
She's got, hasn't she? Haven't you, Anne?
A figure finger on a sarcophagus changed into Steve.
He must have known.
Can you get hold of him?
Well, it just so happens that I took the precaution of having him arrested.
Yeah, I think she's
she's off now.
She's after, you know, she wants to play M, doesn't she?
There's the phone number.
Look at it, 2004. How very appropriate.
Yes.
Yes. Well, next year it will be. The reason they chose that number is because there were no exchanges beginning in 1 in those days. So 175 will give you nothing.
Well, that's why the GPO didn't know about it.
Yeah.
Now remember, Kaiser, you're not to let Stephen out of your sight for a moment.
Why don't you handcuff us together?
Oh, what a good idea.
Oh, God, here we go. Writer's fantasies again.
Yeah.
Doesn't Dean deal in that sort of thing?
He's making quite a good living, I believe.
Handcuffing people together. And walk out of the door angrily.
And take your coat, because shape changers need a coat to keep warm.
I think Ali Bongo makes a very good magician as an actor.
It's not bad, really.
I think she realised that in time there would be a female chief of MI5. I think she's Stella Remington in the making here, didn't she?
Yeah. Judi Dench.
Judi Dench, yes.
Why is he smiling like that?
It's because Ali Bongo
he's constipated.
I just had to do as he said.
He could change his shape, couldn't he?
Yes.
You see?
That's how we did the trick, see? It was a gift he had. That's what it was, a gift.
What was his name?
Stephen Jameson.
The truth now. I know he called himself Stephen Jameson, but what was his real name?
Peter Von Clark.
Why didn't you just read his mind? That is the Thames Canal.
That is outside broadcast as well. It's not even filmed.
Yes, you're quite right, Peter.
There's a light in that car, isn't there?
Yes, yes, a nice car.
Yes, well, we were trying to work out what it was yesterday. I think it's an AC, isn't it?
Was that his own car?
No.
No.
Hey, look, he's grinning a lot, isn't he?
It's an Aston, an old
He's
Aston
doing
Martin.
evil
Aston
acting.
Aston Martin DB24, something like that.
Beautiful. Are you sure it wasn't his car? No, because you had all the nice cars, didn't you? You made sure no other actors had nice cars.
You bought them all.
There is a shape changer.
Yes.
But where did the car come from? They wouldn't have bothered to hire a car at great expense.
It must have been someone.
Someone to do with the show, but I can't remember who now.
Producers, directors?
Designer.
Might have been his car. It's Francis de Wolf.
It's a clip.
There we are, Franny de Wolf. Could they have lifted that from another episode?
I think they
It is
did.
a clip. Yeah. He's just showing her.
The real problem is there's no
Because when he turns up, his beard is a lot bigger.
Or when he dies.
So, yes. So he's doing additional stuff in this episode, you mean?
No, he's not in. No, that was a clip.
Yeah, that was very advanced stuff, that, doing external video,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
Now, you can't be a magician.
And moving as well, so I don't know how they quite did that.
Oh, look at that. Oh, John, you are a card.
I don't think so.
How long does it take you to learn that trick, Nicholas?
I don't remember doing it, quite honestly.
Come on,
Well, perhaps Anne remembers. Anne, what do you think?
The Joker. Reminds me of a role I played in a Batman record, but never mind.
Evergreen.
That's good rain effect there, isn't it?
Well, I think it was just a prop man with a hose, wasn't it?
We've just got to sit there and I've got to keep out of the way, haven't I?
She's got a new umbrella.
What do you remember of the actress who played Evergreen?
Something like that picked up while he was outside. It's a very nice
I remember she was quite sweet, actually, but she was quite a good actress, I think, for a little...
Anna Scher, was it?
Must have been.
Must have been.
Portion of fish and chips, would you?
Can I buy some chocolate too?
I wonder what she's doing now.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, she looks like she could be famous now. I know, it's Nicole Kidman, isn't it?
You recognise the body, do you?
Well, she's not a stunner, but I'm sure she probably growed into one.
Would have been a good time.
That's very generous of you.
Or grew into one, rather.
The Blue and the Green Room.
It's a big gypsy festival.
Playing chess.
Well, why don't we jaunt over and see them?
I can't take a Georgia, it's only for Roms.
What?
Pardon?
Roms.
We'd look after
Oh,
everyone.
gypsies.
What, is that CD-ROMs or CD-ROMs? What's he talking about?
Oh, hello.
Hey.
Hey.
She's going to be in trouble.
Oh, that's right, she gets kidnapped by old Professor Corsten. Stuck in the boot of her car or something.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well done. You have 3 points.
He's not here.
I thought he was going to let the ladies go first then. What?
Trisha must have taken him. Look, we'll have a quick look around the studio, and if we can't find
Bit of hand acting, look at that.
Yeah, very good.
Both together.
Yeah.
It's always good to use 2 hands.
Perhaps this will compensate.
It's very useful in that scene. You actually had a knob to hold on to as well and pull.
Beg your pardon?
How much money's that?
Looks like EastEnders, isn't it? Phil, go down west. Go and buy yourself
We
something
don't know
nice.
what Jason was talking about there about the
Oh
knob.
dear, getting mud underneath a beautiful car like that.
Do you hear the telltale horse breathing there? He's got a horse in the boot
I thought
as
he had
well.
a blown exhaust.
Hello,
Dear.
little
Hello.
girl.
Yes, quite.
Want to come
This
and
is
see
what
a
you're not
puppy?
supposed to do. Young girls are not supposed to get in cars with older men with sports cars.
Yeah,
Exactly.
absolutely.
Right.
Don't you have a sports car,
I tried
Jason?
it many times, but it didn't work. Yes.
Yes, you see, I think there was a little lesson there for kids, wasn't there?
Jedikiah.
Yes, that's right.
Been through my papers. Come on.
Oh, isn't that? That's what's his name out of Touch of Frost. Lion.
Yes, yeah. He suddenly...
Who?
Oh,
Him, one of the army guys. He's in it. He actually says some words, doesn't he?
Yes.
John-
yes, he's
Jack-
got quite
John
a good
Lyons?
part. Yeah, I can't remember his name. Now, they realised that there were too many characters in this story.
Oh dear, that was a bit.
So you two get put in intensive care for the next
That's
episode.
right.
or
Yes,
so.
because you've all been shot, haven't you?
I mean, it really is just a way to cut down on the characters, I think.
Yeah, but it was easy money. They had to pay me, even though I was lying on my back the whole
Marvellous.
episode. Marvellous.
But you didn't get to lie on your back just in your underpants, did you?
I can't remember. Well, we'll see, won't we?
Hey, your soap. What happened to your umbrella?
I have been taken over.
Oh, that. I must have left it in the chip shop. Stupid, didn't I?
I love this whole thing in sci-fi when people are, taken over or replaced, that they act completely differently and nobody else notices.
No.
She does Jedikiah like fish and chips?
Look, I just killed them.
Elizabeth,
No, it's the blood.
None.
the emergency unit and get them to intensive care immediately.
There should be blood spurting up the walls.
I know.
Oh, the lights in the car there, definitely, yes.
They suddenly needed an army sergeant who could do some acting.
drive as
so
well.
they got him in. He's very good.
John Lyon. That's his name.
Didn't he found Harrow? Famous school? What happened to
The
that bitch?
wolves.
Could it be Jedikiah?
Crikey.
But that was right opposite Thames Television Studio. It was on the other side of the river.
Oh, really?
Go on. Kill.
Savaging.
It's just a kid. Look, call off your dog's tie.
What? I don't know what's Jedikiah going to do.
And you see, this again was before the Dangerous Dogs Act. It's amazing how much legislation has had to be introduced as a result of the Tomorrow People.
Look, there's the car and there's Evergreen in the boot.
Hidden behind a little bush.
And she's not a happy bunny.
Does he recognise his own car, or is he going to back into it?
No.
Don't leave the lights on inside
Aye,
the
that
car.
was Roger Price's car.
No,
that
Rover?
That Rover, definitely.
Did he ever have a Rover?
Quite
I never
popular
remember
with the
that.
police,
He did.
those cars.
He always had a Rover.
That really is nice for Aston. Nice colour. My
Beautiful.
favourite colour for a car, actually. No, Roger had an MGB.
Evergreen.
We had that. No, he had a Rover. I'm sure he had a Rover.
I don't remember it.
Professor Colston, I hate you! Rudy! Andy, come here.
Bugsy.
I'll go and give him a hand.
Is she a bit suspicious there? I think a lot of the actors in EastEnders have taken lessons from her and their lying acting. Shiftiness. I don't. What's Jedikiah's agenda here? Could you remind me?
I know it's difficult to understand, Evergreen.
But it
Perhaps
wasn't
Anne has an
Yeah,
idea.
we're trying to follow the plot. It's a bit difficult.
It's difficult to follow the plot when you're taking the out of it all the way
Yes,
through.
I don't quite know why he hasn't attacked me. Or
I've been with Professor Colston.
Ah, that actor, you
That.
mean?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. yes.
John
he's with us.
Lyons.
Yes. Is that his name?
I think it's sure it's John Lyons because he was a very nice bloke.
At least he's got a short haircut.
That stapler there.
And he's in the Touch of Frost, isn't he? He does all.
Yeah.
Yes, he's the
He's the sidekick, isn't he?
sidekick. Yeah.
Oh well.
Well. It's quite nice outside shots, and it's OB.
Much better than mixing film with VT.
Yeah.
It always looked horrible, that. But of course, I suppose the reason they did that on video, as you say, is it was just opposite the studio.
They just run a cable
Yeah,
across.
exactly. It was easy to do it. And our location caravan doubled for
Denise
Tyson's
Cook.
caravan.
John Lyons.
Well done for you. Yes.
That's very good. Well, I always keep an eye on the people that actually succeeded. Which is basically all of them, except me. Me! I want to be an actor again, Nick. Please represent me.
Incredible memory, man.
He seems to be ignoring you.
Yes.
Well, I'll ask Anne. Anne's an agent.
1975.
Ask Anne. Anne, what do you think? Would you like to take him on?